The knowledge you're about to hear has been used for centuries to seduce, control, and destroy. This is not advice to manipulate others, but a shield to protect yourself. Enter with caution. Once you see the game, you can never unsee it. What if the perfect romance is actually a calculated game? We're sold this idea that love is all about trust and vulnerability. But what if that's the biggest lie? Today, we're looking at how modern manipulators use tactics that echo two of history's most notorious figures, the legendary seducer Casanova and the master strategist Machiavelli. They're used to win not just your heart, but your obedience. These are the secrets they hope you never learn. Stay until the end, because once you understand these three secrets, you'll never look at love the same way again. In the theater of human connection, we all think we're improvising, writing a script based on real emotions. But for some, this isn't improv. It's a very carefully staged play. Two men, though centuries apart, wrote the original playbooks on influence: Giacomo Casanova and Niccolò Machiavelli. Casanova was a master of creating intoxicating experiences that made his targets feel like the center of the universe, an addiction he alone could satisfy. Then there's Machiavelli, the political thinker who famously argued that power isn't kept through love, but through strategy, fear, and controlling how people see you. Now, let's be clear. It's a modern interpretation to mash these two together. There's no proof they formed the basis of a unified manipulative strategy in their time. But when you look at their ideas through a modern lens, you get a dangerous blueprint for turning affection into obsession. What you're about to learn aren't just dating tips. They are the psychological power plays that govern the unseen battle for control in relationships. Secret number 1, the Casanova Method, engineering the unforgettable experience. First, a master manipulator doesn't try to convince you of their value. They create an experience so overwhelming that your own emotions do the convincing for them. Casanova was a genius at this. He didn't just give compliments. He created an entire world of decadent, all-consuming adoration. He'd shower his targets with attention and elaborate surprises, making them feel like the most incredible person alive. But while historical sources point to his genuine charm and interest in women, modern manipulators twist this into a tactic. Today, we call this love bombing. It's that phase of intense, over-the-top affection at the start of a relationship. The constant texts, the talk about your future together, the declarations of love that feel just a little too good to be true. They mirror your hopes and dreams so perfectly, it feels like fate. Have you ever been in a situation where someone came on so strong, so fast, that it almost felt unreal? That's the first red flag. Write yes in the comments if you've experienced it. The goal here is simple. Create a euphoric high, a perfect baseline that you'll spend the rest of the relationship trying to get back to. They aren't building a foundation of love, they're building a pedestal. And the one who builds the pedestal is the one who decides when to kick it out from under you. This overwhelming flood of affection isn't a sign of genuine love. It's the first stage of creating dependency. Here's how you apply dark psychology in your own life. Notice when someone overwhelms you with attention. Step back, slow the pace, and test whether their consistency matches their intensity. But that perfect high never lasts, and when it fades, the real darkness begins. Secret number 2, the Machiavellian Tactic, the power of the strategic void. Once that pedestal is built, the game changes. Now, the manipulator introduces a more brutal tactic, and for this, we'll borrow a page from Machiavelli's playbook. Machiavelli's writings were about political power, not romance. But his most famous idea, that it is better to be feared than loved, has been chillingly adapted for personal manipulation. He argued love is fickle, but fear of loss is constant. In modern seduction, that fear isn't of a sword, it's the fear of abandonment. The weapon is silence. After a period of intense, Casanova-like attention, the manipulator pulls back. The constant texts stop, the compliments vanish. The passion is replaced by a cold, confusing distance. This is the classic push-pull dynamic. It creates an anxious void where all that validation used to be. This is where the addiction kicks in. Psychologically, it's called intermittent reinforcement. Like a gambler at a slot machine, the victim is hooked on an unpredictable reward schedule. They got the jackpot of affection during the love bombing phase, and now they'll do anything for another payout. Every small scrap of kindness feels like a huge win, deepening a powerful trauma bond. The human mind obsesses over unfinished business. By giving intense affection and then yanking it away, the manipulator hijacks your thoughts. You replay every conversation, desperate to know, what did I do wrong? They've made you an active player in your own manipulation. As Machiavelli understood in the context of politics, you don't have to be present to control someone. You just have to occupy their mind. Have you ever found yourself checking your phone again and again, waiting for a message that never came? That silence wasn't an accident, it was a tactic. Share your experience in the comments. Here is how you apply dark psychology in your own life. When silence is used against you, flip the script. Don't chase, don't beg. Pull back yourself, and you'll see who truly values the connection. And if you think this is chilling, wait until you see what happens when Casanova's charm fuses with Machiavelli's cold strategy. Secret number 3, the ultimate fusion, isolate and conquer. The final, most twisted secret is what happens when you combine Casanova's charm with Machiavelli's cold strategy. This is where a lover becomes a puppeteer, creating a world where they are the only source of your self-worth. It starts subtly. The manipulator makes you feel like you're their entire world. They fill your life with so many inside jokes and intense experiences that everything else starts to feel dull in comparison. Then, the Machiavellian isolation begins. They subtly chip away at your other relationships. Friends who express concern are just jealous. Family members who question the relationship don't want you to be happy. While Machiavelli wrote about eliminating political rivals, the manipulator works to eliminate your emotional ones. As your world shrinks, your dependency grows. They become your lover, your best friend, and your only comfort, often from the very pain they are causing. This is the end game. You're isolated, emotionally dependent, and conditioned to seek approval from the person causing your distress. They've used a distorted version of Casanova's charm to build the cage and a modern take on Machiavelli's strategy to lock the door. You're left thinking this painful, all-consuming bond is love, when it's really a carefully engineered surrender. Have you ever noticed how your world suddenly got smaller when you were with the wrong person? That shrinking is never by chance, it's by design. Comment if you've seen it happen. Here is how you apply dark psychology in your own life. Protect your network. The stronger your friendships and family ties, the harder it is for someone to trap you in isolation. This is the final stage, but it's also where awareness can break the chains. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to taking back your power. These tactics only work in the dark, feeding on your confusion and self-doubt. When you shine a light on them, they start to fall apart. If you want to keep learning the unspoken rules of power and see how things really work, subscribe for more insights into the hidden games of human psychology. Because in the next video, I'll reveal the one manipulation tactic even Machiavelli never dared to write about. You don't want to miss it. The dark side of seduction reveals a chilling truth. The line between deep affection and deliberate control is terrifyingly thin. The playbook inspired by Casanova and Machiavelli is not just history. Its principles are alive in those who see relationships as a conquest, not a partnership. They know that emotion can override logic, and whoever controls the emotional highs and lows controls the relationship. This knowledge isn't meant to make you cynical. It's meant to make you wise. It's a shield. When you understand the game, you can refuse to be a player. You learn to value consistency over intensity, respect over adoration, and peace over chaotic passion. You start seeing grand, sweeping gestures for what they often are, a strategy, not a feeling. The ultimate power isn't in using these tools, but in recognizing them. Only then can you choose a love that's built on solid ground, not one designed to make you submit. Look past the performance, and you'll see the strings. And only then are you truly free.